Hey guys, it's Yvette, and I'm going to be doing a pretty fun video today. I'm going to be filming my first impressions and thoughts on a palette that I ordered recently from Juvia's Place. Now, I've never been on Juvia's Place website before. I typically don't go for brands that you can only order online. I tend to favor looking at the product before I buy it. And I'm an instant gratification kind of a girl, so waiting for shipping is kind of really hard for me. My coworker recently ended up picking a couple palettes from Juvia's Place, and I was able to look at the palettes and I saw that they were very beautiful. So I ended up caving in and buying it. Only half done. I've done my foundation and powders, and I've even primed my eyes. Still in the package. It's not opened yet at all. And I would say that my experience in terms of ordering online was super awesome. Again, my friend tagged me in like a little promotion they were having. So I was able to click on the link that was on Facebook, and it took me right to the website. It took me to the sales, and I gotta say, this thing shipped out fast. I bought this on Thursday night, and it is Tuesday today, October 2nd, and it's already here. I mean, some places, they take weeks to ship out. Juvia's Place, I gotta say, the shipping was fast, and it was not bad. I used a pair of scissors to open that, and they packaged it really well. There's a lot of little peanuts here. I gotta say, it looks good. This is the Masquerade Mini by Juvia's Place. In the back, it says, "Be one with your creations." The Masquerade palette was inspired by festivities, usually filled with beautiful and striking colors, enormously captured and celebrated with joy, beauty, vibrancy, and spirituality. 16 richly pigmented colors created and formulated to beautifully elevate your beautiful qualities. Let's celebrate. Just in case you care, this does have mica and talc in it. I know those are not the greatest ingredients, and you know, just in case you are interested, it does include that. It is a cruelty-free product. Before I ordered, I had to make sure it was cruelty-free. So this is what the palette looks like. It's a hot pink palette, really nice. Cardboard packaging, pretty standard. It did come bubble wrapped inside the package itself. My friend's palette was really huge. Her pans were probably double the size of these, but this is a great size. I actually wanted small pans because I would never be able to get through those big old pans. It does not have a mirror, but it does have this beautiful lady on the package. I don't mind not having a mirror. I use my mirror over there anyways. Let's go ahead and get into the swatches. I'm just going to be doing them across my arm. And what I'm going to do for the swatches is I'm just going to swirl my finger around very lightly and then just kind of swatch it on my arm. I'm not going to put too much pressure. I really want to see how pigmented these are. So that is Chi right there. In the pan, it definitely looks like a royal blue, but when you swatch it, it almost has like a purpley sort of shade. This next shade, again, I'm going to just circle what it looks like on my finger. This shade is called Mali, M-A-L-I. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, just because I want you to see the color of it. Anyways, that is the color right there. A little. Next color down the line is Dahlia right here. Just a simple swirl, and wow, that looks really pretty. It's very much pigmented from what I can see. I'm just swatching it. Again, some people tend to press really hard when they're doing swatches. When you're using brushes, I don't think you're going to be putting that much pressure on them, so I want to be kind of fair in terms of my swatching, so I hope that's okay with you guys. Some people get mad. It's pretty good in my opinion in terms of pigmentation. This next color is Zola right here. That's it on my finger. And right there. Just so you can see it. This one is called Makita. Swirl my finger. That's a very beautiful purple. I will go ahead and swatch it for you. Wow. Really like that color. Don't tend to go for purples, so I'm really impressed with that one. We're gonna go into the shade called Zobo, Z-O-B-O. Swirl it a couple times. Looks like a very nice matte purpley plum shade. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. Again, I didn't go too hard on it. I don't want to press too hard, and I will admit that with Makita, I did press down a little bit harder. And again, my swatches are not as hard as some others. I'm going very light. The next shade that I did swatch is on my finger right here. It's called Calabar. There we go. That's right there, Calabar. Very pretty maroony shade. And so you can see, it's like, yeah, like kind of like a maroony shade with, it looks like kind of some brown peeking through, reddish brownish. Next shade right here, I like the name. It's Bori, B-O-R-I. Puerto Ricans tend to call themselves Boricuas. So body kind of makes me feel really happy. It's got a little bit of like gold reflex in it. I don't think you can see that on camera though. It just looks kind of matte on camera. This is body I'm swatching right now. Very, very pretty. So one thing I noticed about the palettes actually is that the first top 2 rows are the more vibrant colors, and these bottom rows are kind of where homegirl can play it safe because of the fact that they're more neutral colors, and that's definitely where I feel most comfortable. The reason why I got this palette was because I wanted to dip into some color. This shade Giza, that right there, it's a very pretty shimmery champagne-y shade. On camera it's looking a little bit chalky. I'm going into right here Burkina. This is a more matte shade, and I press down a little bit harder. It's gonna work great as a transition shade. Go into Cairo right here. And Cairo seems a little bit more powdery because when I swatch it, I feel like there's little chunks of powder on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very pigmented, but if you can look a little closer, there is definitely powder. So this one's a little bit more powdery, so just beware of that. We're going into this shade Ada right here, or Ada. Apparently, I just like switching fingers. I'm using my ring finger here. Go ahead and just swipe this down. It is pretty similar, in my opinion, to Cairo, but in the pan, it doesn't look that similar, but to me, upon swatching it, it looks pretty similar. This one is definitely a matte. Next, we're going into Dahlia, or I don't even know how to say it. Anyways, gonna go ahead and circle it. That one feels really soft and buttery. Put it right here so you guys can see. Very, very buttery, very, very pigmented. There we go. It's a little bit hard to tell the way it feels. It feels very, very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Zulu. I have definitely heard of this shade. I think they have a Zulu palette, and swatch it right there so you guys can see. Again, still very similar to Cairo and Ada, but this one's a little bit more browny in my opinion. It appears to be a matte as well. A lot of these bottom shades are starting to look very similar, I will admit. This one right here is Casablanca. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you. It looks very pretty on the finger, if you can see that. Right here. Very, very pretty. I really like this color. It's a very nice coppery sort of brownie bronze color. And then last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and swatch Fulani. I don't know how to say that. I would say this is cool tone. I'm not really sure. But just a basic brown. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you. But that's it right there. So this is a basic overview of the palette itself. I think it's really, really fun in terms of the colors here, and then pretty safe when it comes to these colors here. I paid $15 for this palette. Normally I think it retails for about $20 or so. Do I think it's worth $20? Actually, I kind of do. It offers you a great variety. There is 16 shades in this palette, so at $20 you're getting a really, really good value on these pans. You can get this in a bigger size, so the pans would be double this size. Really fairly sized pans. Personally, as a panner, I would say that you would want to stick to these size eyeshadow pans because of the fact that you're really not gonna go realistically through this entire palette really, really fast. If you get the really, really big pans, I don't see you ever going through that. And remember guys, makeup does expire. We don't just want this to sit around and gather dust. We want to actually use it. And if you want to work on using it up, you'll have a better likelihood of actually using this up and getting your money's worth. If you're a beginner but you're wanting to be more adventurous, I think I would say pick up this palette. I mean, it's a pretty decent price, and they're really, really fast in terms of shipping. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to do a look on this. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'm gonna take you through that with me. One other thing I hadn't noticed, it feels like it's magnetic, which is why it's a little bit harder to open too. But yeah, there's definitely a magnet in this cardboard box. So I'm gonna start out by kind of just creating my transition. I'm gonna use the shade Burkina right here and pop it in my crease. Not really too much kickback, so that's good. And I'm looking in a mirror, kind of, you guys saw where it was positioned, so if you see me not looking directly at the camera, that's kind of,
I'm just trying to make sure I focus. I don't want to have it looking at the viewfinder.
So as you can see, it's kind of building up good pigmentation there. As far as blendability, it seems to be doing really, really well. I don't have to work too hard for this. Again, I might have put it out a little bit too far. This is the beauty of YouTube. You can get on YouTube even if you're kind of a beginner and just kind of share your love of makeup and discovery of makeup with other girls. And I don't know why, it's always one eye that seems to just pick up more pigment than the other. I don't know if it's just me or if you guys have the same thing. This eye tends to behave better while this brow tends to behave better, so I guess it evens out. I'm gonna kind of match my shirt, so I'm gonna go stick to this neighborhood right here. I'm kind of using Calabar right here on my lid, honestly. So, very pretty shimmer. This is it on my eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Very, very nice pigment so far, from what I can tell. This is very reminiscent of some other eyeshadow colors that I have, but it's probably because I tend to wear looks like this. I really kind of want to put Zobo a little bit in my crease outer corner area. So there it is on the brush, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of stick to the outer corner with this brush. I don't even know if it's showing up, to be honest with you. Maybe I should have done this before, but what the heck. Go ahead and stick to a 3 shadow look. So we're gonna just use those 2 shades. And whoa, you see this, miss? That's crazy. It's kind of going everywhere here, but that could be me, not the shadow. I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with this Giza shade. And that's a very pretty highlight. It's very, very pretty. It does remind me of my shimmer highlight in the Lorac contour kit. I feel like, you know, some of these shades I could probably dupe in my collection. However, others I definitely can't. So I'm probably going to pop eyeliner on for this look. So I'm going to go on my Tarteist liner from Tarte. I don't know if I'm doing a wing yet, but I might. I don't know yet. And when you're doing a wing eyeliner, you definitely want to have your elbow pressed against a flat surface. That kind of helps you get better control. Okay. So that's what it looks like with liquid eyeliner. I kind of want to do a wing.
It's more so to do with me than the actual eyeshadow palette, so...
What I tell you guys, this eyebrow tends to work better and this eye tends to behave better. So this is what the shadow looks without wings. I think it's really, really pretty. I might go ahead and pop a wing anyway. So guys, this does complete the look. My first impressions on this palette are that it is pretty darn affordable, and again, the experience with online ordering was very, very good. I do think that there are a lot of brands out there that come out with palettes that are really expensive, and I'm really, really thankful that Juvia's Place has its consumers in mind and makes really, really good products at a great price. So I will say that my overall review of the palette is that it's good. There are definitely shades in there that you can dupe. I'm pretty sure there's a couple dupes in there that I have in my own collection. So it's not something you absolutely need. But if you are looking to pick up a new palette and you want to explore with color, you're still a beginner, I say it's still a really good palette for you to dip into and kind of play with. I happen to really like it for one, and I think it's good. I would recommend the palette, especially at its sale price. $20 is a little more steep, but I think it's still a pretty good value. Do you need it? No, you don't need this palette. You're gonna live without it. There are definitely other ways to get pops of colors. You can get singles, but is it a good palette to pick up if you're looking for one? Yeah, I do think so. I do hope you enjoyed my video. It's kind of like more so a first impression, so it's not a full depth review. I'll definitely have to play with this palette more and get a sense of it, but first impressions are that it's good. I like it. I do give it a pretty good rating. I think it's, you know, worth playing around with, especially for the price. I hope you guys will like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure to take a look at my other videos. I do hauls and I do, you know, different types of videos. I do project panning, all that kind of stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day. See you guys in my next one. Bye.